Hey everybody, it's peace and blessings, everyone. Hey, it's Tia Deshay or Dr. Averhart or Reverend Deandra Averhart. And it is Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. It is 12:22 p.m. And this is And a Little Child Will Lead Them, Dividing Our Children's Future, brought to you by Mirror Moments with Tia Deshay. The premise for this particular section of my channel is Isaiah 11:6 from the NIV version of the Bible. The wolf will live with the lamb, the leopard will lie down with the goat, the calf and the lion and the yearling together, and a little child will lead them. All right, this reading, which means it may apply to you, it may not. Remember, I use divination, the art of divination, to help with our youth and to help the adults who are responsible for taking care of our youth and for leading and directing our youth. That's what my readings are for, or that's who my readings are for, who they're directed to. So today I am using the Witches Tarot, the Modern Witch Tarot deck. All right. The Modern Witch Tarot deck. Let me clear my space. Spray with my Florida water that I made. All right, here we go. One more time. Okay. The Tower. And at the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. So the Tower. Your children need a space to be alone, to be quiet. No social media, no phone, no music, no TV, no Netflix, none of that. They need time to be alone, or this could already be happening and you're not understanding what's going on. They need time to be alone. They're going into hermit mode. It may even be someone listening to this and your children have adopted the goth look, the dark, macabre look, wearing all black and black lipstick and black face paint, black makeup, piercings, things like that. That is just a physical manifestation of what's going on in the inside. On the inside, they're experiencing a time where they want to be in the dark. They want to be alone. They want to go within. They want to block everything out. They want to be in silence. A lot of times we see, our youth or different people dressed up in goth, and we want to turn our nose up at them. But as above, so below. What goes on inside of us, it goes on the outside. And those people who choose to adopt that particular way of dress or that lifestyle, that culture, is because spiritually that's what they are going through. Darkness. They need time to go within and to just block everything out and just be dark, be in a state of darkness, aloneness, silence. Because in that silence is the tower. They are breaking down or experiencing a breakdown, a destruction of thoughts that no longer serve them, behaviors that no longer serve them, messages that no longer serve them. They are experiencing a breakdown or destruction of misinformation. They're realizing that a lot of things that they have been taught or been told are lies. And so they're having a tower moment. How do I process this? Everything that I thought was true up until this point, I have come to realize is not true. So someone listening to this, the child, you may have just shared with your child that maybe this person isn't their mother, or this person isn't their father, or um, in some way, shape, or form, the life that this child has been living has been a lie up until this point. Like they have come to the realization that they have been lied to. And so they went within, they're going within in order to process it, in order to make sense of it. Because everything they have done up until this point, the entire life that they have built has been a lie. And it's being torn down. And they're trying to figure out how to process this. And it has something to do with money. Something to do with money. They received some type of message about, yeah, it was a message, some type of communication. And in the sense of, that, the way that they found out this information was somebody wasn't thinking. Like they said it in the heat of the moment or out of anger. Um, they didn't think, they did not think before they spoke. Um, it could have been during an argument, but it was hasty communication, hasty decisions that were made. And it definitely could have been made by a person who, definitely a caregiver, the person who's responsible for maintaining the household. It could be a mother or father, but they are the one responsible for taking care of the household. They are not only the parent, but they're an entrepreneur, a business person. Um, just really, they're able to do it all and balance it all, or at least that's what they pretended to be. They pretended to, be this entrepreneur, this business person, this go-getter, um, this boss, and taking care of the children at the same time, running a household, being a soccer mom, showing up at the PTAs, volunteering at school. But in reality, it's falling down. It's falling down. If you are a parent listening to this, and this applies to you, what I just described matches you. Like on the outside, you look like you have it all together. You're just this nurturing, um, compassionate, mothering type uh, energy where you take care of everybody. You're helpful. You're kind. You have a successful business, and then at the same time, you're taking care of the household, and you're a pillar in the community, and people are looking up to you. But it's all a facade. It's all a facade. You're falling apart. And your children know this, or there has been some communication where they're being revealed this. And it could have come through social media, but the way that they found out that um, our life is really not what it appears to be was through some communication that was hasty, that was quick. And so it's causing the children to go into hermit mode, they just, you know, or you as a parent, you're realizing that this is all a facade. You're really burnt out. You really are just going, trying to be this boss, you know, this super person, the super mom or the superhero, just trying to do it all. But it's really burning you out. And it's really not fulfilling. It's really not fulfilling at all. But because you want to have the appearance of, you know, your kids dressing nice and going to the best schools, and just having it all together, and you know, you want to keep that appearance up, but it's really draining you, and it's not fulfilling, and it's not satisfying. You really want something more out of life, but it's appearances. You got to keep up appearances. All right. Now I'm using the Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine Oracle cards. Angel Answers Oracle cards. Camera shuffle one more time. All right. Meditation brings answers. I said going within. Going within the hermit mode, wanting to close yourself off, going to the darkness, going to the silence. You feel like retreating. I said that. Communicate clearly. Didn't I say that this message, this is at the bottom of the deck, that whatever message was communicated was hasty. Somebody didn't think before they spoke. And so there was more than likely some miscommunication, or all the details weren't given. It was just something that was said like in anger, in haste, but there's not a lot of, but the context was missing because the person didn't think it through. The context was missing. So going into meditation, and the context was missing, and it's causing a tower moment. It's causing the moment where everything is like falling apart, and so now I got to go into hermit mode. I got to go and retreat and go into the darkness because it's communication. It wasn't communicated clearly, and it caused the tower moment. It caused things to fall apart, to the illusions to be broken, to be shattered, which is a very good thing. There is no bad card in tarot. The Tower card is a very good thing because all this time people have been living a lie anyway. So although it may look like a mislip of the tongue, that was needed. That mislip of the tongue was the trigger to shatter these illusions of having it all together. I was going to say that remain positive and the situation will improve. There could also be, I'm hearing that maybe your child said something negatively about the family on social media. And this person has a reputation that they need to adhere to, the parent or the legal guardian. You may have a reputation. And what they said probably was true. It was true, and it shattered the illusions out there of how people perceived you. But your child went telling your business to the world. And so the illusions were shattered. It could have hurt your business. It could have hurt your clientele. It could have caused some contracts or some deals not to go through, whatever your child said. But that needed to happen because you haven't been paying attention to your child. You think that you're paying attention to your child because you're buying them all these nice things. You know, if they want to go on trips, you know, you're giving them money for the trips. You're showing up at the school, being the volunteer, and it looks like you're an active participant in your child's life, but your children know the truth. You're just trying to buy them off with money, or you think that by giving them nice clothes and you know, buying them cars or having them where they don't want for anything, you think that that's being a good parent. And they tweeted something about you or the family, you know, put something on Facebook, social media, something that shattered that illusion. And you may be angry because it's like you don't, you know, you're telling your child, you don't realize how hard I worked to build this brand, to build this empire, so that you don't have to want for anything. You don't have to be poor like I was growing up. You know, you can have anything that you want, and then you're going to go and say something like that. But it was really just to get you back focused, to prioritize, to let you know that you're spending too much time trying to build a brand and you forgot about your first brand, which is your children. And so that child reacted because they've been trying to tell you in the best way that they know how, and you just were too busy trying to build the brand that you weren't listening. And so they acted out on social media, and it caused you to suffer some losses. But that's what you needed, because now it's time for you to rebuild your brand, the brand that counts, the brand that's most important, which is your children. This is not something long term. You're not going to suffer just tremendous losses or losses that are just perpetual. You're not going to experience perpetual losses. This is just to wake you up and to get your attention and to get you refocused and prioritizing what is important, which are your children. And that you need to go into some hermit modes. All of you all need to go into some hermit modes. Get off social media. Stop throwing the parties and the shindigs at your house. Don't, you know, say no to the volunteer opportunities, and just spend time together as a family. And figure out while you are in this hermit mode how to make sure that this does not happen again. Because don't get so caught up in building the brand that your brand, which is your family, it falls apart. So this looks like a PR type of thing, some PR type of vibe to it, where, you know, the public relations person may have to do some damage control, but the situation will improve and to remain positive. But while there is damage control going on, this is the time for you to rebuild on a much more solid foundation and a much more authentic foundation. So this has been a general reading for today, Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. It is now 12:41 p.m. and I am Tia Deshay, or Reverend Deandra Averhart, or Dr. Averhart, whichever you choose. I am all three. And that has been the reading for today. And so until next time, stay blessed and stay aware.